So we will be taking Roseau North. We will be taking Roseau Central. We will be taking Roseau South. And we have already taken Roseau Valley. And I bring to you the parliamentary representative for the Roseau Valley, the Honorable Dr. Irving McIntyre.
Thank you very much, Calva. Thank you so much. Let me just say a special good night to our Prime Minister, who will be here later, and a special good night to all my cabinet colleagues, the Speaker, Honorable Joseph Isaac, and to the other candidates of the Labour Party here with me on the platform tonight. And it's really a pleasure to be here. I remember I was here in 2019, not here, but at the Goodwill at the Lindo Park Savannah, when we were launching the candidate for the Roseau North constituency. And it brings me a great pleasure to be here with you tonight again. But the important thing is that I stand here tonight in solidarity with our sister Miriam Blanchard, and I'm here to endorse Miriam Blanchard as the candidate for the Roseau North constituency. A candidate that I've got to know for a long while now, but you have to recognize that you in the Roseau North, you're just too big and just too important a constituency for you not to be at the table of governance. You have to be included and you have to be part of the table of governance. And you're not just big only in terms of numbers or in geographical space. You're big because you have the premier health institution in the country. That's the Dominica China Friendship Hospital within your constituency. You have the premier institute of learning, the Dominica State College, within your constituency. You have also some of the biggest, if not the biggest, hardware stores within your constituency. You have had some of the greatest sporting teams and some of the great sportsmen from the country within your constituencies. Some of the biggest and most popular small and medium-sized businesses are within your constituencies. You have the biggest port of entry to Dominica, the Woodbridge Bay, in your constituency. And the list can go on and on and on. In terms of, you're going to get a hotel now at the Woodbridge Bay site. The Coast Guard site is in your area as well. The upgrading of the Woodbridge Bay as well. So my point here to you, the people of Roseau North, you are such an important constituency in the Commonwealth of Dominica. You have to be part of the government of Commonwealth of Dominica. You have to recognize this point. And we do not want you to be left out. We do not want you in the cold. Because although you have been in opposition for the past 8 years, but the government of Dominica, with its all shall eat policy, has always taken care of this constituency. I clearly remember during the COVID time, we went to every little nook and cranny within the Roseau South. We know how populated it is. And with the help of Honorable Joseph Isaac, that we went to every single area to make sure we could do testing and make sure that the people of Roseau North was safe, although they were in opposition. That just tells you have a government that treats everyone equally, that all shall eat. And we ensured that your safety was of prime importance during the COVID-19 as well. But I want to stress this point to you. Though you have everything, and in Miriam, what you have is an educated, intelligent, compassionate person. And not just educated, but someone that is knowledgeable. And besides the knowledge part, this person has the experience. She has been in government before. She has held top positions within the Caribbean region. She has held a ministry within our government. You have somebody that is educated, knowledgeable, compassionate, and the person with experience. You cannot let this opportunity pass you by. I'm stressing this point because this is a great opportunity you have for you to be part of the governance of Dominica, for you to be at the table with all the other constituencies. Granted, we know we're going to win this constituency, but I do not want you to take it for granted. And everyone must come out on December 6th and give Miriam Blanchard the vote. So on December 6th, who are we voting? And we have to vote the Labour Party. So it's more than just the candidate. You have to recognize you're also voting for the Dominica Labour Party. This is a Labour Party that has been tested time and time again. Whether it's through climatic events, whether it's through COVID, whether it's through the war in Ukraine and inflation, and every single time, this Labour Party doesn't just cope and adjust, we come out better. Because this Labour Party never fails. This Labour Party either improves or it learns, but we never fail in whatever we undertake. And this is the beauty when you have to support such a party, the Dominica Labour Party. So with such a competent candidate, and with such the best and the most and the only structured party in the Commonwealth of Dominica, you are a winner always. So on December 6th, I don't want anyone staying at home. Do not assume that we've won. We have to come out in large numbers. Our friends, our neighbors, every single person, every Labourite, do not take it for granted, come out in large numbers. Over the 8 years gone by, you've been having some lackluster representation. You haven't really achieved anything, has it not been for the government looking out for you. Now you have an opportunity. You have an opportunity to have someone that has been looking out for you over the past few years. Not the person wasn't even your representative, and they had your back over the past few years. So you can only imagine when you have such a representative taking care of you in the Roseau North, and that way the Roseau North future looks bright for you. But let us look at the being part of the Dominica Labour Party governance structure. It's a party that you have to be proud about. Granted, as I said, the candidate is important, but the structure that the candidate belongs to, which is the Dominica Labour Party, which is what you are going to decide on December 6th. You are going to decide to return the Dominica Labour Party into government. This is a party, as I said, that has been tested. And this is a party that has the friends and the connections internationally. And that does matter. Because the other side, they have absolutely no connections. They have absolutely no friends. There's no one they can call in the times of hardship. But with the Dominica Labour Party, you have a country, a government that is run and that is so efficiently run that even the international organization, the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, they all give us thumbs up. And it's open. There's nothing that we're hiding. They can see the facts. They know what's happening. And that is why they give credit to the Dominica Labour Party government. The World Bank has predicted our growth that we're going to have recently is going to be more than 5%. And the World Bank is not giving us stories. The World Bank is telling you the truth. And that is the gospel truth. So when the other side keeps telling you that nothing is happening, then you wonder what they're talking about. When you look at our CBI funds, the Dominica CBI program has been rated number 1 over the past 5 years. That is by the Financial Times and all international organizations. Now we've been rated number 1 for the past 5 years because on the different criteria, whether it's due diligence, whether it's freedom of speech, whether it's freedom of movement, whether it's price, but we always come first over the past 5 years. And what the biggest thing about this is you can see what we are doing with our funds. So when people say nothing is happening, well, they are blind. You go all over the country, you see all the housing development programs, you see health centers, you see hospitals, you see all the infrastructure and the roads being built, you see all the different schools being built, we see all the digitalization of the country taking place. And there are so many things you don't see. Some people might not see the effect of the NEP, some people might, well, not the effect of the NEP, but the Yes We Care program, where you have a government that is looking after the elderly. They take care of the elderly. So there are so many things going on, and that is what impresses the international community, that they can see how we are wisely using our funds from the CBI program. So these are those things you have to be proud about. These are the things that you are voting for. You are voting to continue the Dominica Labour Party and all the different programs of the Dominica Labour Party. You are voting not only for your future, you are voting for your children's future. So having said this, I do not want you to stay at home. I want everyone to come out on December 6th. And the interesting thing about this election, we all knew that the youth would play a very big part in this election. And it's remarkable that the youth is following so keenly and they come out in large numbers. Because in spite of all the gossip and the rumor and all the negative stuff they are spreading, they cannot fool the youth. Neither can they fool you. Every 5 years. Because what they do is they try to belittle your intelligence. They try to belittle your integrity. They try to make you think that you don't know what's happening. But you've been so intelligent, and they constantly underestimate the intelligence and the education of the Dominican electorate. And the Dominican electorate put them straight every 5 years. From 2000, 2005, 2009, 2014, 2019, every time you let them know that you're smarter than this, they cannot fool you. And you keep making the right choice every time. So come December 6th, I want all of you to continue making the right choice. You have the opportunity to be at the table of governance with the Dominica Labour Party and your candidate, Miriam Blanchard. So December 6th, let's not stay home. Let's go out in large numbers and let us confirm Miriam Blanchard. Labour! Labour! I thank you.